Hello, everyone, and welcome to Self-Study Mandarin. Today, we are diving into a very practical HSK1 lesson. We are going to learn how to ask and answer the question, what is the date? In Chinese, we say this as 几月几号 or 几月几日. Let's learn how to easily master months and dates in Chinese. By the end of today's lesson, you will hit 3 main goals. 1, you will be able to name all 12 months in Chinese. 2, you will be able to ask and answer the question, what is the date? 3, you will learn how to talk about when your birthday is. Ready? Let's get started. Before we jump into dates, let's do a quick warm-up. The basic rule for Chinese dates is incredibly simple. Dates and months just use simple numbers. If you know numbers 1 through 12, you already know the months. Let's review them together. 1 to 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 to 10, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And 11 and 12, 11, 12. Now for the fun tip. Chinese is so logical. You don't have to memorize special names like August or September. The logic is simply number plus 月. 月means month. So literally, we just say number, month. Let's look at the first half of the year. January is month 1, 一月. February is month 2, 二月. March is 三月. April is 4月. May is 5月. June is 6月. It continues exactly the same way for the rest of the year. July is 7月. August is 8月. September is 9月. October is 10月. November is month 11, 11月. And December is month 12, 12月. Okay, so we have the months down. What about the days? In English, you might say the 5th. In Chinese, we use a specific word after the number. There are 2 words you need to know, 好 and 日. 好 is used in spoken Chinese. You will use this in everyday conversations. For example, the 5th of the month is 5号. 日 is used in written Chinese. You will see this in newspapers, formal documents, or on calendars. So in writing, the 5th is 5日. Now let's put it together to ask today's date. The word for today is 今天. To ask what is today's date, you say 今天几月几号. Literally, this translates to today, which month, which day. To answer, you just replace the question words with the actual numbers. For example, if it's Valentine's Day, February 14th, you would say 今天2月14号. Today is February 14th. Let's personalize this. How do you ask someone when their birthday is? The word for birthday is 生日. The question is, 你的生日是几月几号? Meaning, when is your birthday? To reply, use this structure. 我的生日是月号. For example, if your birthday is July 19th, you would say, 我的生日是7月19号. Practice pause. Take a second to figure out how to say your own birthday right now. Great! Now let's learn how to use dates in a full sentence to say when you are doing something. The sentence structure in Chinese is very strict. It goes subject plus 几月几号 or 日, date, verb, object. Let's look at a question. 老师几月几日回学校? On what date is the teacher returning to school? Notice how the date comes before the action returning. Now for a statement. 我们 1月25号见面. We are meeting on January 25th. Literally, it's we, January 25th, meet. Because of this structure, English speakers often make a very common mistake. Please pay close attention to this. In English, we usually put the time at the end of the sentence. I go to Beijing on September 10th. Do not do this in Chinese. Incorrect. 我去北京9月10号. Correct. 我9月10号去北京. Literally, I, September 10th, go to Beijing. Time must come before the verb. Another example. Incorrect. 吃饭在3月5号. Trying to say eating is on March 5th. Correct. 我们3月5号吃饭. We are eating on March 5th. To wrap up today's lesson, let's look at our grammar recap. Keep these 3 golden rules in mind. 1. Order of time. Chinese always goes from big to small. When stating a full date, say the year, then the month, then the day. 2. Using 几. We use the word 几 to mean how many or which when asking about the date, because the expected number, months 1 to 12 and days 31, is relatively small. 3. Written versus spoken. Remember to use 好 when you are speaking and 日 when you are writing formally. That's it for today's lesson. You can now confidently talk about months, dates, and your birthday in Chinese. Make sure to practice writing down today's date and your own birthday. See you in the next lesson.
今天是几月几号？今天是几月几号？
今天是8月1号。今天是8月1号。
明天是几月几号？明天是几月几号？
明天是9月2号。明天是9月2号。
昨天是几月几号？昨天是几月几号？
昨天是7月10号。昨天是7月10号。
你的生日几月几号？你的生日几月几号？
我的生日3月5号。我的生日3月5号。
他几月几号去北京？他几月几号去北京？
他10月6号去北京。他10月6号去北京。
我们几月几号看电影？我们几月几号看电影？
我们4月8号看电影。我们4月8号看电影。
老师几月几号回家？老师几月几号回家？
老师1月9号回家。老师1月9号回家。
你几月几号买电脑？你几月几号买电脑？
我5月4号买电脑。我5月4号买电脑。
医生几月几号上班？医生几月几号上班？
医生2月7号上班。医生2月7号上班。
姐姐几月几号考试？姐姐几月几号考试？
姐姐6月3号考试。姐姐6月3号考试。
朋友几月几号来中国？朋友几月几号来中国？
朋友8月10号来中国。朋友8月10号来中国。
爸爸几月几号去医院？爸爸几月几号去医院？
爸爸9月5号去医院。爸爸9月5号去医院。
妹妹几月几号去学校？妹妹几月几号去学校？
妹妹10月2号去学校。妹妹10月2号去学校。
哥哥几月几号去商店？哥哥几月几号去商店？
哥哥11月4号去。哥哥11月4号去。
妈妈几月几号买衣服？妈妈几月几号买衣服？
妈妈12月1号买。妈妈12月1号买。
今天是几月几日？今天是几月几日？
今天是5月6日。今天是5月6日。
明天是几月几日？明天是几月几日？
明天是6月7日。明天是6月7日。
昨天是几月几日？昨天是几月几日？
昨天是4月5日。昨天是4月5日。
你的生日几月几日？你的生日几月几日？
我的生日8月9日。我的生日8月9日。
他几月几日去美国？他几月几日去美国？
他10月3日去美国。他10月3日去美国。
我们几月几日吃羊肉？我们几月几日吃羊肉？
我们7月2日吃羊肉。我们7月2日吃羊肉。
同学几月几日去跑步？同学几月几日去跑步？
同学1月4日去跑步。同学1月4日去跑步。
你们几月几日去唱歌？你们几月几日去唱歌？
我们2月10日去唱歌。我们2月10日去唱歌。
先生几月几日去机场？先生几月几日去机场？
先生3月8日去机场。先生3月8日去机场。
太太几月几日买手表？太太几月几日买手表？
太太9月1日买手表。太太9月1日买手表。
经理几月几日去公司？经理几月几日去公司？
经理11月5日去。经理11月5日去。
你们几月几日学汉语？你们几月几日学汉语？
我们12月6日学。我们12月6日学。
他们几月几日踢足球？他们几月几日踢足球？
他们4月9日踢足球。他们4月9日踢足球。
你几月几日看报纸？你几月几日看报纸？
我5月10日看报纸。我5月10日看报纸。
他几月几日去火车站？他几月几日去火车站？
他6月2日去火车站。他6月2日去火车站。